What's up, y'all? I'm Cozy, and I'm back to answer some more questions with Sounds of the Future.
Is that 508?
Yeah. No, I'm back in this shit. I'm just back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. I'm just back in this shit. Yeah. Whoa. No, I'm back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. I'm back in this shit.
Well, I just dropped a new single called I Wanna Rock on all DSPs, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you can stream music, you can stream that song. So that's really what I've been on, just same old, working, pushing the songs out there, more singles, putting the TikToks out there, content everywhere. Really that sound, it comes from like the 2010s, 2011s type like club scene, before it was like Justin Timberlake, the Britney Spears and all that, that's still in there. It's just like an evolution of that. And I really feel like with all the types of music that I'm really fascinated with, I'll kind of just mesh them all together. So it's like the Justin Timberlake and the Timbaland and all that Nelly Furtado stuff is still in there. But then it's just like we add in different people like the Black Eyed Peas and shit like that, and like Lady Gaga type sounds and stuff like that. Like Red One, Danger's still a huge sonic inspiration for me. So it's just really just meshing all that together. So I feel like as I kind of progress in like what I'm listening to, like, on the daily, as that changes, like my music follows suit and it evolves with that. So it's like the song I just put out and the songs that are gonna come out in the next few months, it's all just a reflection of sort of like what I've been listening to, what I'm into, and what I would wanna hear in the clubs, so. It's cool, like I actually don't sweat it too much. Like if you ask anybody who I like be around me, I really don't sweat it too much. I don't pay too much attention to the numbers. I may like look at them and post them and say thank you for like all this attention or whatever, it's cool. But like the goal is so much bigger than this that it's just like, this is almost just like another stepping stone. Not that it doesn't mean anything to me because it is an accomplishment and it's a milestone, but it's just like, it gets so much bigger than this. So it's like, I'm really just keeping my head down and trying to like focus on like, kind of like what's next while still caring for the next single. Cause it's just like, my songs are my babies and I love them. So it's just like, I'm making sure it's getting its attention, but I'm kind of like, what's next? What's the next bigger goal? It's just like, cause it takes a lot to really make it like, to really become a success and really just like, make music like your full-time job and make music just like something that you're just able to do, create freely. So really like, I don't pay too much mind to like the numbers as of right now. I'm just glad that people are rocking with the record. That's what really just makes me happy. I would say I kind of have like a loose kind of idea where I kind of go like, the plan comes together as I go along. I have certain things that I know that I want to do, certain like more content that I want to push out there, like, visuals and things like that, working with like, different producers, already working with the ones that I'm working with now. But yeah, I would just say a lot more visual content. And I really want to do some shows like, but like curate the right vibe, like the right event, really. I did my first performance actually for my homie Anaya's birthday. It was super dope. I loved it. In a little club setting. So it's just like doing really more of those, really just giving more content for, my supporters out there to like, enjoy. So that's really what the next steps are, really just pushing more of the ideas out there and seeing how they like them. Yeah, I got kind of like a draft, sort of like the songs I want to roll out. I got a lot of music kind of like coming through, like literally like the day after I posted my last single. It's like the day I made it, I posted a snippet blew up, and then it's just like, I'm like, okay, I gotta make some more music. So that's kind of how I operate. So it's just like, yeah, I got a lot of demos, a lot of demos. I really want to push out a lot of music like in these next coming months. So it's like, I gotta make a lot of music and kind of like cut it down and see what I want to put out there. I feel very motivated. When I know that I got my stuff together and it's just like, I'm working hard and I'm getting things I need to get done. I feel very confident and good about myself. It's tiring, it's super tiring, making sure like, I try to be intentional about the things that I do every day, really. And what caused me to lock in was literally just random. I just woke up one day and I was just like, I need to lock in. I just locked in. Like, it was kind of just that simple. And it's just like holding myself accountable for the days and the times where I don't do something that like, I could have been more productive with this day, or I could have been more productive with this time. I just hold myself accountable. And I'm just like, all right, so now I got to do better the next day, but just really just staying focused, keep on creating, keep on living life, just balancing everything out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's one thing I'll say. And I'll explain it by saying like, not that don't sign to a label or anything like that. And I feel very passionate about the whole label situation. Not don't sign to a label, but one thing I'll say is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like the same way that I have a lot of traction going on right now, one thing that I really want to stress upon people is that, you know, don't be too quick to sign into a deal or sign into anything if you don't necessarily know what you're doing. It's like if you did something and it worked, you know, just stay with that. Like, you know, you don't got to add another entity into it to like, you know, kind of like, if you're trying to like boost it or if you're trying to make the song explode or whatever, but it's just like, if you did something and it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and just keep doing that. So, you know, not that don't sign the deal, but just like, you know, be careful what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're doing and make sure you know what's in the contract before you sign it.
Back in the field, back like I never left, ready to spill. Only got one shot, I go for the kill. Could've went platinum with thoughts of the drill, but I found a better way without a deal.